What if I told you that some of the most dangerous forms of manipulation don't involve shouting, threats, or violence? They happen quietly, through words, emotions, silence, and by the time you notice, you're already dancing to someone else's tune. Today, we're exposing 10 hidden signs that someone is secretly manipulating you. Once you recognize these signs, you'll never see certain people the same way again. Manipulation isn't obvious. In fact, the best manipulators rarely look dangerous. They're often charming, helpful, funny, even loving. That's exactly what makes manipulation so powerful. Instead of forcing you, they slowly guide your thoughts, your emotions, and eventually, your decisions. Psychologists call this covert manipulation, a form of influence designed to make you believe the choices are yours, when in reality, they've been carefully shaped by someone else. Let's uncover the first sign. The first sign, they make you doubt your own memory. Imagine this. Sarah clearly remembers her friend promising to help her move house on Saturday. Saturday arrives. Her friend never shows up. When Sarah asks about it, her friend laughs. "I never said that." Sarah is confused. She knows she heard it. But after arguing for 10 minutes, she starts wondering if she imagined the whole conversation. This tactic is called gaslighting. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens one tiny lie at a time. The manipulator constantly questions your memory, your feelings, your perception of reality. Eventually, you stop trusting yourself, and when that happens, you begin trusting them instead. That's exactly what they want. Healthy people help you feel more confident. Manipulators make you question your own mind. If you've ever experienced this, wait until you hear sign number 4. It's one of the most dangerous manipulation tactics used by narcissists. The second sign, they make everything your fault. Imagine this. A husband forgets his wife's birthday. Instead of apologizing, he says, "I've been working hard for this family. You're too sensitive." Now she's apologizing for being hurt. Notice what happened. The problem never disappeared. It simply changed direction. Manipulators are experts at avoiding responsibility. Every mistake becomes someone else's fault. Every argument somehow ends with you saying, "I'm sorry," even when you did nothing wrong. Over time, this destroys your confidence. You begin assuming that every conflict must somehow be your fault. That's exactly the emotional prison they want you to live in. Many emotionally abusive relationships follow this exact pattern. The victim spends years apologizing, while the manipulator never apologizes at all. The third sign, they use guilt as a weapon. Have you ever heard someone say, "After everything I've done for you," or "I guess I just don't matter anymore"? Those words might sound harmless, but sometimes they're carefully designed emotional traps. Instead of asking for help honestly, the manipulator makes you feel guilty until you give in. Parents can do it, friends can do it, partners can do it, even colleagues at work. Here's the difference. Healthy people respect your boundaries. Manipulators punish your boundaries. They don't want your kindness. They want your obedience. Real love gives people freedom. Manipulation makes freedom feel selfish. That's why guilt is one of the most powerful psychological weapons ever invented. The moment you start making decisions just to avoid feeling guilty, someone else has begun controlling your life. A friend who constantly asks for money. The first few times you help willingly, then one day you say no because you're struggling to. Instead of understanding, they reply, "Wow, I guess I know who my real friends are." Suddenly, you're not thinking about your own situation anymore. You're thinking about proving you're a good friend. That shift from making a decision based on your needs to making one out of guilt is actually how emotional manipulation works. So far, we've uncovered 3 subtle ways manipulators gain control without raising their voice. But the next signs are even more dangerous. One of them is so common that millions of people mistake it for love. We will reveal signs 4 to 7, including love bombing, silent treatment, moving the goalpost, and emotional isolation. Attacks that can quietly reshape your relationships before you even realize what's happening. Stay with us. The mask is only beginning to come up. The fourth sign: they shower you with too much affection too soon. Love bombing. Imagine meeting someone who instantly makes you feel like the most important person in the world. They text you constantly. They say you're different from everyone else. They talk about your future together after only a few days. At first, it feels magical. Who wouldn't want to feel loved? But then, something changes. The compliments become expectations. The gifts become obligations. The attention becomes control. If you don't reply quickly, they are upset. If you spend time with others, they are hurt. What felt like love slowly becomes a cage. This is known as love bombing. Healthy relationships grow over time. Manipulative relationships often move at full speed from the very beginning. The goal isn't love. The goal is emotional dependence. Some scam artists and abusive partners spend weeks making someone feel special before asking for money, isolating them from friends, or demanding complete loyalty. The affection wasn't fake because it was intense. It was fake because it had a hidden purpose. Sign doesn't involve shouting. It involves silence. And silence can be one of the loudest weapons of all. The fifth sign: they punish you with silence. Everyone needs space sometimes. That's normal. But there's a difference between taking time to calm down and using silence as a weapon. Imagine asking someone, "Did I do something wrong?" No answer. Hours pass. Then days they ignore your messages. Avoid eye contact. Pretend you don't exist. Eventually, you become desperate just to end the silence. You apologize. Not because you were wrong, but because you want the emotional pain to stop. That's exactly why manipulators use the silent treatment. It's emotional punishment. Healthy communication solves problems. Manipulative silence creates fear. In some relationships, one partner refuses to speak for days after even a small disagreement. The goal isn't to solve the issue. It's to teach the other person that disagreement comes with emotional consequences. The sixth sign: the rules keep changing, moving the goalposts. Have you ever felt like nothing you do is ever good enough? You improve, they expect more. You apologize, they want another apology. You work harder, they raise the standard again. It's like trying to reach a finish line that keeps moving further away. This tactic is called moving the goalposts. Manipulators constantly change their expectations, so you never feel successful. Why? Because people who never feel good enough are easier to control. Confidence threatens manipulation. Self-doubt feeds it. Real-life example: an employee finishes every task perfectly. Instead of appreciation, the boss immediately focuses on something new that wasn't even part of the original job. Eventually, the employee believes they're simply never good enough. Think that's disturbing. The next sign is how manipulators slowly remove everyone who could help you. The seventh sign: they isolate you from other people. Manipulators know something important. The more people you can talk to, the harder you are to control. So they begin subtly. They don't really care about you. I don't trust your friends. Your family is a bad influence. At first, it sounds protective, even caring. But over time, you stop visiting friends. You stop calling family. Your world becomes smaller. Until the manipulator becomes your only source of advice, validation, and emotional support. That's not love. That's control. Healthy relationships encourage healthy connections. Manipulative relationships often cut them off. Many survivors of emotionally abusive relationships say they didn't realize how isolated they'd become until they finally left. Looking back, they noticed that almost every meaningful relationship had quietly disappeared. The eighth sign: they make you feel small. Have you ever heard someone insult you, then immediately say, "Relax, I was only joking"? At first, it seems harmless, but it keeps happening. They joke about your appearance, your intelligence, your dreams, your mistakes. Whenever you're hurt, they act as if you're the problem for being too sensitive. This tactic slowly chips away at your confidence. If you stop believing in yourself, you become easier to influence. Healthy humor makes everyone laugh. Manipulative humor makes one person feel small. The next time someone constantly disguises insults as jokes, ask yourself, who is really laughing? A colleague repeatedly mocks another employee during meetings, then laughs and says, "Come on, you know, I'm just joking." Over time, the targeted employee speaks less, shares fewer ideas, and loses confidence. The ninth sign: they create constant confusion. One day they're warm and affectionate, the next they're cold and distant. One moment they praise you, the next they criticize everything you do. Their behavior keeps changing without explanation. Why? Because uncertainty creates emotional dependence. When people don't know what version of someone they'll meet, they spend all their energy trying to earn approval. This emotional roller coaster keeps the manipulator in control. Healthy relationships are consistent. Manipulative relationships keep you guessing. A manager praises an employee one week and unfairly criticizes them the next without any clear reason. The employee becomes anxious, constantly trying to predict the manager's mood instead of focusing on their work. The 10th sign: they make you feel like you can't live without them. The final sign is perhaps the most dangerous. Manipulator wants to become your only source of happiness, advice, validation, and approval. They may say things like, "Nobody understands you like I do. You'll never find someone who loves you the way I do. Without me, you'll fail." These statements are not expressions of love. They are attempts to create dependence. Real love empowers you. Manipulation convinces you that you're powerless alone. The moment someone wants you to believe you cannot survive without them, you should pause and ask, are they building me up or quietly taking away my independence? Many people who leave controlling relationships later realize they were far more capable than they had been led to believe. Once free from manipulation, they rebuild friendships, careers, and confidence they thought they'd lost forever. In conclusion, manipulation doesn't always arrive with anger. Sometimes it arrives with compliments, with gifts, with concern, or with silence. The frightening truth is that manipulation often works because it targets something every human being needs: love, acceptance, belonging. But here's the good news. The moment you recognize manipulation, it begins to lose its power. Awareness is your greatest defense. Healthy relationships don't demand that you lose yourself. They help you become more yourself. If someone truly cares about you, they won't need to control you. They'll respect your choices, encourage your growth, and celebrate your independence. Remember, the strongest minds are not the ones that never get manipulated. They're the ones that learn to recognize manipulation before it takes control. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need to hear it. And in the comments, tell us, which of these 10 signs have you experienced or witnessed in real life? Your story could help someone else recognize manipulation before it's too late. If you enjoy exploring psychology, human behavior, hidden influence, and the mysteries of the mind, subscribe to Mind on Max Studio and turn on notifications. Because every week, we uncover the truths hiding beneath the surface. Until next time, stay curious, stay aware, and keep your mind on Max.